Hi friends, this is our sixth and the last class on the ailing planet. I hope you are not ailing, no, after listening to my lectures, no? Okay. So last time we were discussing population control, and population control is a must for any developmental process, no doubt about that. Now we have got the words here, entire means whole. The entire nation is very happy today because we have brought 5 Raphaels. The entire nation. Familiar with means knowing. We are familiar with many buildings here. We are familiar with the canteen. We are familiar with the library. We are familiar with our department. Yes, we know because of our long association with these. Hungry hutmans means hungry people living in small huts. That is hungry hutmans means. There it is of course metaphorical. Hutmans are not hungry, but people inside living there are hungry. It's very poor people who are living in very poor homes. Means say a makeshift home, something like that. You can see we have to work very hard to bring up all those hungry hutmans to the level of to a higher level. Hungry hutmans means people who are hungry and very poor. So you have to work very hard to bring them up to a particular level. Then transcending means go beyond. Transcending. For example, the concept of God is a transcending concept. It means goes beyond this earth. The concept of God or the idea of God or belief in God is a transcending one, going beyond. For example, we can say we have got a transcending concern for peace today. Peace in the world. Peace just one place won't do. There should be peace here in this world. We have to stand for world peace, not a peace in a country. So go beyond the boundaries of our nation. And emerging is newly coming. For example, many ideas are now emerging. Yes, many new ideas are coming up. Many ideas are now emerging. Listen. Then, especially in the field of education. Ushered means start. For example, you can say a new age is being ushered in. A new age or new era is being ushered in. If you think that environment is the most important factor in our life. If you give importance to environment is the primary factor. If you consider like that, that will be you are ushering or you are starting or inaugurating a new era. Understand? Ushering in. Integrated whole. Integrate means combine the parts together. Integrate. For example, the laptop is an integrated whole. The parts are put together and also combined together. Like one part is taken away, then the thing will not work. Our human body is an integrated whole. Parts are put together and they are combined together and together it works. And next is dissociated collective. Means parts without any connection. Opposite of integrated whole. See, we cannot live in this world as dissociated collection of beings. We cannot live in this world as dissociated collection of beings. We have to be combined, we have to be integrated. Means we cannot stand separate. As individuals, you cannot do that. Then transformation means change, transformer. So the current, you will find the transformation. So it change, transformation. If you consider if you give primary importance to environment, then that will be a great transformation in our thoughts. That will bring about a transformation, a change in our thoughts or our preferences. Excelling. Excel means some students always excel in their exam. Means they are the best. They are the people who are top on the top. So excellent, some people excel. Then coin of English usage. Coin here means used metaphorically. words, that's all. Words of English usage, new words, that is the point. So there are many coins of English usage given to us by Shakespeare. It has been said that about 25,000 new words Shakespeare introduced in the English language. So also the great translator of the Elizabethan age, Philemon Holland, he also, and the translators of the Bible, these people introduced many new words, coins. Felicitous. Felicitous means that is something that is useful, something that is according to the environment, useful to the environment, useful to the situation. Felicitous. So there are many felicitous incidents happening today. Yes, what happens today is that, or you can say, the happenings around us are felicitous. That means useful to us, convenient to us. That is felicitous. See, for example, we can say, you have if you have good rains, it is felicitous to farmers. Good rains, it is felicitous to farmers, means useful to the farmers. Useful according to the context. Useful to farmers, felicitous to farmers. If there are plenty of raw materials, that is felicitous to industries. So, industry. If you have got energy sources, that is felicitous to industry as well as our life. That's felicitous to. Okay, I think those points are now clear to you. And I will come back to these main points today. Top priority to the population control. Of course, we agree that there should be population control. Without that, we will not have result. That's the point. A transcending vision, people and planet. So, people were thinking that now you should think about only human beings. Now, from human beings, the idea goes beyond that. That is transcending vision. That means not only human beings, but the place we live in is also important. That is the earth, the planet. So when you are thinking about development, sustainable development, progress and so on, we should not only think about the people, but also think about the planet, that is the earth, wherein we live. So that is a transcending thought. Means going beyond people to planet. And then you have got an era of responsibility. Era means an age. So if you think like that, what? From people to planet. The people and also planet include. Then that is a transcending vision. And that will produce or usher in a new era of responsibility. Responsibility means we should all be responsible to all our actions. Not just producing something and eating and then enjoying. No, that is not the thing. You have to also see that that branch on which you sit, it can be sustained. That means healthy. Otherwise, how can it be? Yes, that's the point. A new era of responsibility. The world not a collection of dissociated parts but an integrated whole. So the world is not separate countries or separate states or separate continents, but all one. That global. The world is a global village, you say now. So integrated whole means all the 5 continents plus the seas and so on together you were to consider. Means what is if you do when you cut a tree here in our place, that will affect the entire world, the whole world, and then the whole world. That's the point. If you burn forests here, then it will affect the whole world. In that way you should think. That is a transcending mission. Not this one local, but the global. The thinking should be global. And then Palkhivala, finally he sums up his article, quotations from Mr. Edgar S. Woolrand. Woolard. He is an American businessman, the chairman of a big chemical company. Next, Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher of Britain, and Mr. Lester Brown. So Lester Brown is the environment analyst, US environment analyst. He is founder of the World Watch Institute. He was the founder of the World Watch Institute and also former president of the Earth Policy Institute. Earth Policy Institute. So he was very much attached to or had taken great interest in environmental studies. That's why Palkhivala, Mr. Palkhivala quotes these three people. These three people, they were interested in that. As you will find from the quotations. I think now it is very clearly. Endeavor means you should think about the whole world when you do any actions. Then familiar with means knowing. We are familiar with our library. And hungry means poor people living in poor cottages. Transcending, we are hungry, we have nothing to eat. Then transcending concern means go beyond yourself. It should go beyond yourself or your country. Then emerging means coming, new ideas. In a class you will find, in every class you will find new ideas emerging, coming up. Students come up with new ideas. So that is emerging ideas. That's what you should do. Yes. Then ushered means start. See, if you start, if we all think that the world is if you think globally, then it will usher in a new age, new era. Yes. Usher in, start. Integrated form is combined and put together and working together. As I told you already, anything for a washing machine is an integrated form. You can say like that. Dissociated color, not different parts. Washing machine, if you have separate the parts, it won't work. Yes. Human body, yes. Transformation is change. So there should be a transformation in our attitude towards environment, towards the environment. Coining of English words, new words. That's all. The excellent means better. You come out better. And then felicitous means useful to the surroundings. Felicitous. See, as I told you, smart class is felicitous to students' studies. Smart class. Plus it will be AC, and there will be touch board will be there, and all kind of facilities. So that is felicitous to learning. That it helps your learning ambience or your learning environment. Felicitous. Hope it's clear. So points also we have seen, so we continue. We enter into the text. So we have got the text. Please open your text and start reading with me. Okay. The population of India is estimated to be 920 million today. That is writing in 1994. Now it is how many years more? 26 years more. So that means almost quarter of a century. Isn't it? 25 years, yes. That is quarter of a century. Now you can imagine where we stand. Absolutely no doubt about it. That there should be population control, no doubt about it. So today more than the entire population of Africa and South America. Yeah, so that is just showing the volume, more than that. No one familiar with the conditions in India, familiar with knowing the conditions in India, would doubt that the hope of the people would die in their hungry hutments unless population control is given topmost priority. Population controls should be given first priority, topmost priority. As students, you should give topmost priority to your studies. So like that. So population control should be given topmost priority. Absolutely no doubt about that. Otherwise, what will happen is this: millions of people, so thousands, not millions, thousands of people sometimes may die in their hutments, hungry, malnutrition. Of course, we have come a very long way. The sense that the food, supply of food and nobody is hungry today. I don't think anybody is starving in India today. I don't think so. So we have come up to that. Our Green Revolution, Dr. Swaminathan, and before that you have got agriculture and the department, agriculture universities. So all these technicians, scientists put together, they have done what we call a very good job. As a result of that, I don't think anybody is hungry now. But still, if you are going to better your life, there should be population control. Population control is a must, no doubt about that. For the first time in human history, we see a transcending concern. Transcending means going beyond a concern, the survival not just of the people, but of the planet. So this is the first time now. He says, 1994 he wrote this. That time he says, we have got such a new vision, so to say, that not only humans, but also the planet we have to take care of. This is like you are traveling by a bus. You should not just look after yourself. You should also look after the health of the bus. Otherwise, what will happen? It will crash. Understand? You won't be able to reach your destination. So that is also very important. It's just like that. So if you are given this vision, if you have got this idea, if you are going to put this into practice, then he says it is a transcending vision. Up to this, we are thinking about only people. Now we are not thinking about not only the people, the place where we live in. So it is something that goes beyond the existing thinking, the level of thinking or the vision that we have. We have begun to take a holistic view, taking the whole thing. That is not only you as a traveler, but also your bus. Or not only you as a driver, but also your car. If your car is not healthy, how can you drive? Not possible. So like that. So begin to take a holistic view of the very basis of our existence. What is the basis of our existence? Right from the very beginning, I was giving you this idea now. You are sitting on a branch. If you cut the branch, what will happen? You will fall down along with the branch and you will die. The branch will also die. So you have to take care of the branch. That is our earth, our mother earth, our planet. The environmental problem does not necessarily signal our demise. The environmental problem doesn't mean that we are going to die. Demise means death. We are not going to die. But he says that it is a passport. It is passport for the future. The environmental problem you analyze, you study, you come to conclusions, take new decisions, usher in a new era, then that will be a passport to the future. So don't be gloomy, don't be sad, thinking that, oh, the environment is like this. What are we going to do? So you should not think like that. It's a passport to the future. Understand? A failure is a stepping stone to success, like that. When you have a problem, you solve it. There is no lock without a key. So there is no problem without a solution. So environment is a problem. So you should find out the solution. And that solution is a passport to our future life. Our future generations will become healthier and wealthier. Understand? So that's what we have to do. We have to solve it. That's the point. So our future. The emerging new world vision, that is the newly coming world vision or the coming world vision. The emerging new world vision has started in the era of responsibility. So if you think not only you, but also your environment, your planet and people in other countries, then what happens is that you have started a new era of responsibility. That is, suppose you have got a plan to burn some plastic. Immediately you think, oh, I should not do this. I am responsible not only for me, but for others also. It may cause some disease or it will pollute the environment, so I will not do it. So that is a new era of responsibility. If you are throwing waste on the road, then you will see or dump it on the roadside, you will not do it. Second thought, you will not do it. You think that, oh, that will affect other people, that will spoil the environment there, it may cause some diseases, some new bacteria or virus, something like that, so I will not do it. That is a new era of responsibility. Understand? So that is, we should usher in. When we have a new world vision, when we think that not only we, but others also have the right to live. Not only humans, but animals also have a right to live. Not only humans and animals, but plants also have a right to live. Then you will start thinking, am I doing the right thing? So that it will take you to a new age, a new era of responsibility. And that's what we want. Understand? It is a holistic view, an ecological view. Means holistic, I told you, taking everything into consideration. Ecological environment, health of the environment. Seeing the world as an integrated whole rather than a dissociated collection of parts. Don't think that I will do this. I have nothing to do with that. What happens to that man is not my concern. Then if you think like that, then this is dissociated part. But if you think, oh, if I burn plastic today, yeah, that will affect my neighbor. And that will affect someday the whole village. So I will not do it. Then that is integrated whole. That way of thinking is integrated whole. The other way of doing things is dissociated parts. See, your body is an integrated whole. If you think that, what is there in my hand, let it go. Can you do like that? Oh, this hand is not good, so cut and throw it. See, when something happens to you, the whole body is involved in that. Like that. If you do something wrong, environmentally, in any way, what will happen is that it will affect all the others negatively. So you will say, no, I will not do it. If you start thinking it is an age of responsibility, you are ushering in a new era of responsibility. Your thinking is transcending thinking. Your thinking is that you holistic thinking. Your thinking is that we are integrated whole, not the dissociated parts. So that way you will be thinking, and that is what is required also. So then that is a new era of responsibility. It is a holistic view, an ecological view, seeing the world as an integrated whole rather than a dissociated collection of parts. So it's an industry has a most crucial role to play. Crucial, most important, most crucial, a very important role to play in this new era of responsibility. Why? Because from industries the environment is polluted by emissions, industrial emissions, for example carbon, high rate of carbon as a result of production and things like that. Industrial activities definitely produce waste, no doubt, isn't it? Even our day-to-day cooking in the kitchen produces waste. So in that case, think of an industry. The industry has a crucial role to play. What is the role? This new world vision. They should think that not only the industry but people, animals and plants. They should think that we are integrated whole, not dissociated parts. They should think that if there is excess of waste produced by the companies or the industries, that will affect not only the place nearby but the entire world. Then if we think in that way, that will be thinking responsibly. We are responsible for our existence, we are responsible for the health of our planet, we are responsible for the health of our environment, we are responsible for the health of the future generation. After me the floods, no, that will not do. Because you just imagine the sparkling eyes of your infants at home. After some time, because of this pollution, if they go blind, if they start contracting diseases which cannot be cured, just imagine. If they go around with chronic bronchitis and coughing, Do you like it? Do you want to see that? No. So you should think like this. If you think like this, you are ushering in a new era. When you think like this, you will become responsible citizens. Even when you throw away a waste paper without any concern for others, that is hurting others. That's very important to see that. Vegetable waste and so on. See, we are throwing it out here and there, scattering. That will definitely create problems, health problems. So you have to be careful about that. So industry has a most crucial role to play in the new era of responsibility. Because it is from industry. You can see meetings, global meetings of industrialists, they promise that they will reduce this emission of carbon and waste and so on. So at least they are thinking in that way. That itself is a great thing. And then he says, he's now ending, coming to the end of this article with the quotations. One from, as we have seen, Mr. Edgar S. Ula is an American businessman. So what a transformation would be affected if more businessmen share the view of the chairman of DuPont, an American company produces chemicals, Mr. Edgar S. Ullard, who 5 years ago declared himself to be the company's chief environmental officer. Now that the chief environmental officer, he is heading a company, a worldwide company, a mega chemical company. Then he says, I am heading a company producing chemicals, but I am MD, but in addition to that, I will be the chief environmental officer. That means his focus, he's giving emphasis and focus to the health of the environment. So Palkhivala thinks if more businessmen will do like that, it will again usher in a new era of responsibility. He said, our continued existence as a leading manufacturer requires that we excel in environmental performance. That's wonderful. So if you want to continue like this, he said, we are producing chemicals, but we should excel in environmental performance also. Take safeguards. So that try to protect not only the product but also the people. Not only people but animals. Not only animals but plants. Not only plants but insects. Everything. That is holistic. Taking these things, the whole thing into consideration, that is holistic. And of all the statements made by Margaret Thatcher, British Prime Minister, former, during the years of her prime ministership, none has passed so decisively. Decisively means made a very important effect and impact. None has passed so decisively into the current coin of English usage, current expression of English usage as her felicitous words, means to agreement with the present situation, felicitous words. What did she say? No generation has a free hold on this earth. Don't think that you are the masters or owners of this earth. Freehold. As we have is a life tenancy with a full repairing lease. Ours also we are getting it. We are living here as tenants. What is tenant means? A person who takes a house on rent. So the earth we have taken. Somebody has given this earth on rent to you, and also with a legacy of or tenancy with a full repairing lease. Lease means You can possess it for something. Rent, taking it to rent. Taking it on rent. And you are supposed to repair it also. So everything is there. That this is not your property. You are not the master. You are only a tenant. You are enjoying only a tenancy. That tenancy is only for a short period of time. That's your life. And then during that time, you should also repair it. That's what Palkhivala says. No other coin of English usage. This is a way of saying, expression in English. It is so decisive, has so much of impact, so much of influence, so much of clear influence, so to say, than what she said. What she said is, you are not the master of this earth, you are only a tenant, you live here only for some time, you are enjoying only tenancy, not absolute property right. You can use it for some time, and by using it, you should also repair it. More than that, what you want. And then in the words of Mr. Lester Brown, I told you who Lester Brown is. Environmental analyst, founder of the World Watch Institute, and also is former president of the Earth Policy Institute. So he says, Lester Brown says, we have not inherited this earth from our forefathers. Just as you inherit property from your forefathers, your father or grandfather, we have not inherited anything from anybody. But what is this? We have borrowed it from our children. That's a beautiful expression. So you have not inherited, you have borrowed it. If you go to the library and take a book, you don't inherit it. It doesn't become a property, your property. You cannot use it as you like, but you are just borrowed. Use for some time and return it. Just like our attitude, we must also change. We are not going to be here forever. We will have a short period of life. During that period of life, you can use it and also you should repair it. When you take a book from the library, you find that the paper is torn. What do? You repair it and give it back. You don't tear that paper. See, this is a paper which has been torn from. No, we will not do that. As far as possible, we will repair that. Exactly like that. When you are exiting from this earth, you have to exit. I will also have to exit. You all exit. That's the only fact in this world. Once born, you will die. In your birth is your death. In your beginning is your end. So you have to go. But when we go, you should leave this world a better place. Understand? You should leave this world a better place for your children and grandchildren to live a healthy life. When you are giving a present to your children, will you give a spoiled thing or a damaged thing? No. If it is damaged, you will repair it then. Exactly like that. We are going, then our children are coming. So hand over this earth, repair it, and there's a better place to be. It's really a wonderful article that we must read. He has used this erudition. Erudition means his knowledge and also his education, his experience, all these things together and all out sincerity. As you read from sentence 1 to the last one, this quotation, what you find is he is really concerned. It's out of his extreme concern for the future generations that he has written this. So we should admire him, and we should also, these points what he has given here, we should make these points food for thought. I would say that some of you should come together a group, and then main points every day you should write it on the entry point of your school or college, wherever you are studying. For example, this way, these 3 quotations are for 3 days, 3 weeks itself. Those quotations are enough. And then you can remind population control, holistic view of this earth, transcending vision, ushering in a new age, a responsible people, what you should do, what you should not do. These are food for thought for all of us. So I think we know, some of these things we know, but even then, when you write it on a board, on display, then whatever we will read, this will remind you of such good things in our life. Understand? So let us make a promise today, here and now, that we will hand over this life, the planet, to our coming generations in a very beautiful way, so that they can live happily. Understand? So that is the promise that you should make when you have read this lesson. Of course, you had to also answer questions for the examination. That's a different thing. But the most important thing is that you should imbibe the spirit of Palkhivala, who wrote this wonderful article. Bye, have a nice time, enjoy your day. But before that, we have some hope, and the hope is our action now is a vaccine. Tax our brains to produce a vaccine. And easy access to an effective vaccine is the surest access to our success. We are on the threshold of it. A new era is going to usher in the moment our vaccine becomes a success story. Let's hope for that optimistic. Till then, be academic, be alert. Also, meticulously obey all the instructions given by the authorities, government, and also other organizations who are fighting day in and day out, fighting against this killer virus. Bye. Have a nice time. Enjoy your life.